Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and apparently we have Crossbones as a Iron Man. Um, Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. Today we are going to look at War Machine. This is one of the Avenger heroes that came in the Mad Titans Shadows wave. Uh, and War Machine, he's got lots of different guns, and he uses ammo counters for his guns. So that's kind of interesting. So in addition to paying the resource costs, you got to spend a certain number of ammo counters for his guns to trigger.
Yep.
And so
But they're worth it.
yeah, and so he does need to flip down to Alter Ego to restock his ammo, but we'll get to that. All right, but first let's take a look at what James Rhodes can do.
All right. So in his alter ego form, James Rose is a shield soldier. He has a recovery of 3. He has a hand size of 6 and 10 hit points. As an action, you can choose a War Machine card in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck. I really like doing this at the very beginning whenever you do a mulligan a War Machine card that you don't need right away, and shuffle that back into your deck. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and one thing to note, they did errata this that it's limit once per phase.
Yes.
Yeah, because it doesn't say that here, because it's like people are like, oh, I could shuffle all my War Machine cards back in.
Yeah, but as a forced response, after you change to this form, you discard each ammo counter from your identity. So
Yeah. And then War Machine is a 1/2/2 Avenger soldier, locked and loaded. Response: after you change to this form, place 5 ammo counters on War Machine. It's got a hand size 5 and 10 hit points.
okay,
And we'll get to ammo counters in a little bit. But first, we have his signature ally.
so his signature ally is Iron Man. He's a 3 cost Avenger ally. He thwarts for 2, he attacks for 2, and he has 3 hit points. But as a response, after he enters play, you can search your deck and discard pile for a tech upgrade and add that to your hand, then shuffle your deck. And we'll get to why tech specifically is so important to War Machine.
All right, and then we got a team up card with Iron Man and War Machine. So this would be with that ally we just showed, or if someone's playing the Iron Man hero.
Or any other Iron Man ally would. Well, no, actually, you wouldn't have another Iron Man ally.
Right, because you
Yeah,
have that one.
you got one.
So 3 cost event, 2 against the world, team up, Iron Man and War Machine, max 1 per deck. Search your deck for a tech upgrade and put it into play. Shuffle your
They're
deck,
important to him.
ready Iron Man and War Machine. And when the War Machine pack came out, there was a copy for the Iron Man hero because he obviously wants tech upgrades as well. Okay, but now here is the big important card of the deck.
The munitions bunker is a 2 cost location shield support. As an alter ego action, you can exhaust the munitions bunker and place 2 ammo counters here. As a hero action, you can exhaust the munitions bunker and move each ammo counter here to War Machine. So while you're in alter ego, you put them on there, and then whenever you flip over to hero, you move them back.
Yeah. So now one important note is it says after you change to James Rhodes, you discard each ammo counter from your identity. You don't discard them that are on the munition bunker.
Right.
So the idea is to have a bunch piled up on your munition bunker, and then you switch to hero, where you get 5 ammo counters, and then as a hero action, if you didn't add them the turn you were, if you didn't add them when you were down, then you could add them to War Machine.
Yep.
So it's a nice storage for ammo, and we've got cards. We've got some cards that help manipulate the munition bunker later
Yes.
on. So, all right. Next, we've got upgraded chassis. It's a 3 cost upgrade. Armor Tech War Machine gains the aerial trait. So now you could build any of those aerial decks like we've gotten from Angel and other videos that we've done. After you change to hero form, exhaust upgraded chassis and give War Machine a tough status. So this is nice because you're flipping down to get more ammo count because you are going to run out of ammo counters at some point. You flip down, you add some more to the bunker, and then when you come back up, you now are aerial and you can get a tough status card. So you're ready to take the hit, and that you can move ammo counters if you want.
Yep. All right, next we've got the Gauntlet Gun. It's a 2 cost upgrade. There's 2 copies of it. They are a tech weapon. And as a resource action, you can exhaust this to generate a wild resource for a War Machine event, and you place an ammo counter on War Machine.
Right. So it's nice since like you only get 5 ammo counters, but this is a way that you can
Gain an additional 2 since there's 2 of them.
right when you get them out. So you hopefully don't run out of ammo counters or
as fast.
as often. Yeah,
Oh, you're going to run out.
you are going to run out. Yeah. Okay, and we'll get to his events later on, but first we got a bunch of upgrades here. So these are all the guns that are on War Machine. So here's one of them, the missile launcher. So one cost upgrade, hero action attack. You can exhaust the missile launcher and remove one ammo counter from War Machine to deal 2 damage to an enemy. This attack gains range, so you don't have to worry about retaliate.
Then you've got the shoulder cannon, which is a 2 cost tech weapon upgrade. As a hero action, you can exhaust the shoulder cannon and deal 1 damage to an enemy. You may remove 1 ammo counter from War Machine to ready the shoulder cannon. So if you've got, say, 15 ammo counters on him, you can use this card 16 times.
Yeah, yeah, it's just that's like the machine gun action.
Yes. Fun way to end off a villain.
All right, so the first event that we have here is Repulsor Beam. We have 2 copies. It's an attack. Remove 1 ammo counter from War Machine to deal 4 damage to an enemy. So you could do more damage, but they're events instead of upgrades.
And we got 2 copies of Targeted Strike. It's a 1 cost thwart event. As a hero action, you can remove an ammo counter from War Machine to remove 3 threat from a scheme.
Okay. Then we got 2 copies of Scorched Earth. It costs 3. Remove 3 ammo counters from War Machine. Deal 3 damage to each enemy in play. So that's really nice. Say when you're playing against Ultron, 4 players, you sit there and you're playing aggression. It's like, oh, okay, let's just take out all the drones.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is it's an AOE, so there's no attack, so you don't take retaliate.
Right, and it's all players. It's not one of those where choose a player and deal damage to the villain and each minion, and then the final one.
Okay, then we've got 2 copies of Full Auto. It's a 2 cost attack event. You can remove 4 ammo counters, so this one's a little bit more costly. But if you do that, you choose an enemy, deal 8 damage to that enemy with overkill.
Yeah. All right. And then his obligation is equipment malfunction. You may flip to alter ego, and then you choose. You can exhaust James Road, remove it from the game, so it's kind of the standard, or you remove all ammo counters from your identity. If 2 or fewer ammo counters were removed this way, then the card gains surge and discard its obligation. So this is one you definitely want to go to alter ego and remove it from the game if you can.
Yes. All right. Then we've got his obligation nemesis or his signature nemesis is the living laser. It's a criminal. He schemes for 1, he attacks for 2, and he has 4 hit points. He comes in with quick strike, and his attacks gain piercing.
Yep. And like when you flip up, you're tough. So yeah, he's trying to.
Yeah, he'll get rid of that toughness.
Get rid of that toughness. All right. Then we have the Deadly Light Show. It's got hinder 1 per player, deal 1 damage to each identity, and it comes in with 3 and a symbol that unfortunately no longer is fun because Dirk knows it now. So it comes in with a crisis icon.
I've spoiled his fun. Then we've got 3 copies of Laser Strike. They're a treachery event that when revealed, you discard an upgrade you control. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. And so we do have a way here as a good way to counteract that, but unfortunately there's 3 of them, so they're going to keep coming back.
Did you read the boost?
Oh, no, I did not read the boost. I'm sorry. So the boost is if this resolves during an undefended attack, you still discard an upgrade you control. So if this comes out, you definitely want to, if this is in there, you're probably going to want to start defending against the attacks, even if you weren't normally doing it before, just to save your upgrades.
All right, yeah. So he's Shield and Alter Ego and Avenger in Hero. So he's got, kind of this things like Black Widow and Captain America and all the heroes from the beginning of the game. You could definitely make an Avenger tribal deck. We got a few Avengers here that are for specific reasons, but we didn't go through all the Avenger allies, and all the benefits of being an Avenger. But he would qualify for all those as well.
Yes.
All right, but we do have a few. So the first thing is we're going to kind of put out a card. So we're kind of assuming you have a team building exercise in play for some of these cards. We're just going to set.
So there's the team building, and then there's the other one too.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that.
Okay, we'll get to that one in a second.
It costs 2. You can exhaust team building and play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, reducing its resource cost by 1. So you are a soldier slash Avenger, right?
Yes.
Avenger Soldiers.
Avenger Soldier.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just leave that out. You just want the art, I guess,
Yeah.
instead of the text. Okay, so the first one.
First one is Hulk. Hulk is a 2-cost Avenger ally, so you would get him for 1 if you have this out. But he cannot thwart, but he attacks for 3, and as a force response, and he has 5 hit points. So he's a beefy boy. But as a force response, after he attacks, you discard the top card of your deck. And if that card printed resource matches one of the symbols below, then you get what that symbol coincides with. And if it's wild, you get all of them. But you can either deal damage to one enemy, deal 1 damage to each character, or discard the Hulk.
Or all of the above.
Yes, or all of the above.
All right, keep team building out for a bit. All right, so we got Spider Girl. So she would cost 1 if you have team building. 1 port to attack, 2 hit points. She's an Avenger. After you play Spider Girl from your hand, you get to stun and confuse a minion. All right. Then he's got a lot of weapons, so this one doesn't help with team building, but...
So we've got Fusillade here. It's a 2-cost event, but as an attack, you can exhaust a weapon upgrade you control to deal 5 damage to an enemy. Now, one of the things with the weapons that deal damage, they all pretty much have you exhaust, but they also have you spend ammo counters. So this is a way to actually use them. You're still exhausting them, but you're not using the ammo counters in that case, so they'll last a little bit longer.
Right. Or if you're out of ammo counters,
yeah,
haven't had a chance to get back to Alter Ego.
Yep.
Another card in that vein is Mean Swing. So when your hero makes a basic attack, you can exhaust a weapon upgrade on your hero, and your hero gets +3 attack for this attack. Oh, you did not. Hand cannons would be another thing because none of his stuff is restricted. I thought you.
That is true. No, I did not grab a lot.
You were going to grab the hand.
No, there's so many weapons out there that you could do. But so lock and load. This is a really cool one because it's a player side scheme. It costs 1 to put into play. It comes in with 2 threat per player. But when it's defeated, each player can search their deck and discard pile for a weapon upgrade with a cost of 3 or less and put it into play. And I do believe all of his are 3 or less.
Yes.
Yes, all of his are 3 or less. So all of his weapon upgrades would qualify for that.
Yeah, so this is really nice if you had to spend a weapon as a resource to pay for another weapon. Once the thwart is removed, now you can grab the weapon.
Yeah, but if you have extra weapons in your deck and you've got yourself built out with your stuff, you can always bring another weapon out.
Sure.
Like I said, or you could bring one of yours out if you get this out.
Yeah, the nice thing is none of his weapons are restricted. So.
That is true, which kind of surprised me, but I don't think they were using the restricted to that extent back then.
No,
they're using it more often now.
It feels like the hand cannons came in with Rocket and Groot. That was like rockets. So that was like Galaxy's Most Wanted. All right, we only have 1 Justice card here, Quake. So with team building, she would only cost 1. 1 thwart to attack, 2 hit points. Avenger Shield. After a minion schemes, you can exhaust Quake and deal 2 damage to that minion. Now we have another card that you could use if it. So the other card we think was good for him would be
Government Liaison. Here is the 2-cost shield persona support, but this is as a hero action. This is a hero action.
Yeah.
So exhaust Government Liaison and play a shield card from your hand, reducing its cost by 1.
Yeah.
So again, she's shield, so you can reduce the cost by 1 here.
Yeah, it works exactly like team building, but only for shield.
Yes.
All right, so Quake.
And I think if I remember seeing War Machine is, but you can't play the War Machine ally, obviously. But I think Quake is the only other Avenger Shield ally.
Yeah, War
Machine. That I can think of. War Machine
basic War Machine is Avenger ally.
But you can't use him.
Right. All right, so we got Kalu here. 2 cost, so it'll be 1 with team building. 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. Avenger Mystic. After Kalu enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event and add that event to your hand. Shuffle your deck. So the idea is quite a few of his cards are events. So the upgrades are the guns themselves, and then like Full Auto and Scorched Earth and those kind of cards are events.
Yeah, but that's what's great is you get all of his build out, and that's a lot of his cards. You thin it down, and you're getting to the events much quicker. And this is a way to almost guarantee that you're going to get events.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll put Government Liaison back here for a second.
All right. Then we've got. Oh, I don't like this ally. She's
okay. I'll you hate her.
Anybody who knows me knows that's a lie. So we've got Maria Hill. She is a 2-cost shield ally, so you can get her out for a cost of 1 with Government Liaison. But she thwarts for 2, attacks for 1, has 2 hit points. However, the greatest part about her is after she enters play, each player draws a card. She's great in a solo game, but she's even better the more players you have in the game.
Okay.
So,
Bring team building back. Then we have Stinger. She costs 1, so you could use team building and she'd be free. 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. Stinger does not count against your ally limit. So you can have a nice, cheap little chump blocker for free, or even if you paid to 1. She's just really nice for Avenger heroes.
yes. All right. Then we've got Victoria Hand. So she's one of the newer shield allies. She costs 3, she thwarts for 2, attacks for 1, and has 2 hit points. But as a response after she enters play, you can ready a shield support. So,
That's the bunker.
yeah, I was going to say this was where we thought that was great, is because that is not a hero response. You can do this in alter ego action as well. And you can, because since you have to exhaust this, so you can exhaust it, put 2 counters on it, play Victoria. You would not be able to get the discount because, of course, you're in hero form whenever you play her. But, well, actually, no, you do get the discount because she's a shield card.
No, but that's a hero action.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're an alter ego. That's right. So it's but you can exhaust it, get 2 counters, play her, unexhaust it, and then use it to get 2 more counters.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to get additional counters.
Yeah. And there's all sorts of combinations you can do between hero phase and alter ego.
Yes.
All right. Then we got call for backup. So victory 0. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for an ally and put it into play. 3 threat per player. Iron Man, which is a signature ally, is
Iron Man's a great one, especially if you're early in the game and trying to set up so that you can get your tech upgrade out. But if you've got already built up or whatever, by the time this comes out, you can use this to bring out any ally that's in your discard deck or discard.
And any of the allies we've already shown, and
yes.
We've got some basic allies that we're coming up to.
Yep.
All right. Then we got mission leader here. And he is a soldier, so you get the discount. So it's a 2-cost upgrade. Mission leader title, reduce the cost of mission leader by 1 if your identity has a soldier trait, which you do. After a side scheme is defeated, you can exhaust mission leader. Each player draws a card.
Yeah, this one for me has kind of become an auto include for leadership decks that I'm doing. But if I'm doing a soldier, it's one of the first cards I grab.
All right.
All right, then we've got Brother Voodoo here. He is a 3-cost Avenger Mystic ally. So with team building, he only costs 2. He thwarts for 2. He attacks for 1. Has 3 hit points, and he does take 2 consequential when he thwarts. But the great thing about him is, as a response after he enters play, you can search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event card and add that card to your hand. Then you shuffle your deck. Now it doesn't require it to be a player event, or a hero event, but it can be.
Yeah.
Or not hero event.
It's a protection
signature event. Yeah.
It's a protection version.
Yes.
Of Kalu. All right. Now this one you're not going to get any discounts for, but well, actually you can, but not with team building or government liaison.
Yes.
We got Spider Bite. She costs 3, 2 thwart, 1 attack. She's a web warrior, 2 hit points. Reduce the cost to play Spider Bite by 1 for each tech card you control. And there's quite a few tech cards in this.
He has, just in his kit, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 5 tech cards in his kit.
So you could draw 2 cards because it costs -2, right?
Not quite the way it works. That would be phenomenal if it did. All right, then this is one now. We're going to put a caveat on this one because we think if you're going to play this one, you're probably going to be really careful using this one. But repurposed, 0-cost event, but you can discard a tech upgrade you control. Remember, you've got 5 in your kit. To ready your hero and choose either thwart, attack, or defense. Till the end of the round, your hero gets +X to the chosen power, where X is equal to the upgrade's printed cost. So now, say, just for instance, you chose to do the upgraded chassis. So you could add 3 to one of your stats until the end of the phase, right? No, end of the round. So that would work. Now, these don't have counters or anything, which typically, like I think this came with Did it come with Rocket or Groot, or who did this come with?
This one?
I don't remember where the repurpose came with, but we used them heavily with Rocket and Groot earlier on, or with Rocket specifically, not Groot. Rocket early on to repurpose the stuff that he was using because it all had counters. These don't, but we've got some cards coming up here in a little bit that can make it to where you can discard one of his tech supports if you don't have other ones to do, and you can get them back easier. So
yeah. Plus, if you can also do a tech heavy protection deck,
yeah.
So you could have energy barrier and those kind of cards.
Yeah, so you could discard one of the other ones, but there are ways to get it back even if you don't have those.
All right, so either one of these cards could work with this character, Agent 13. So she costs 4, 2 thwart, 1 attack, 4 hit points, shield, spy. Response after Agent 13 attacks or thwarts, choose a shield support, ready that support. So it's like Victoria Hand, except for it's every time she activates. So you could play with the ammo bunker.
How does it work with the team building?
Because she's
an Avenger soldier.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't work. It works with government liaison.
Yes.
Okay.
You just want it to work that way.
Yeah.
All right. Then we've got Nick Fury, the original Nick Fury card. He is a 4-cost ally. He is a shield spy. He's got 3 hit points. He thwarts for 2. He attacks for 2. And as a force response after he enters play, you can choose to either remove 2 threat from a scheme, draw 3 cards, or deal 4 damage to an enemy. And then the downside is at the end of the round, if he's still in play, you discard him.
Right. Then we got Nick Fury Sr., 4-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points, shield soldier. So this actually team building would work.
This one works with both of them.
Because regular Nick is a spy, or is he a soldier?
Regular Nick's a spy.
Yeah, okay. So, but this is a soldier. So yeah, you could use team building on this one. After Nick Fury Sr. enters play, choose 1, remove 3 threat from a scheme, draw 2 cards, or give a shield character a tough status card. At the end of the round, if Nick Sr. is still in play, discard him.
Yeah.
So you could give yourself a tough if you're an alter ego. You wouldn't be able to get the discount, but otherwise, the main thing is you want the card.
Yeah. Now, an important thing to note is you can use one or the other. You cannot use both of them.
Yeah.
Because as the action requires you to exhaust, you can't do that same action 2 different times.
Yeah. All right. Then we got build support. It's a player side scheme. It's one of the player side schemes I really like. It's 1 cost. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for a support with a cost of 3 or less and put it into play. Now, I don't think so you could get the shield bunker and
munitions bunker, yeah.
Munition bunker, and then we have a few other.
Yeah, and then there's other supports. That's the only one of his kit supports, but that's an important one, so that's a good way to get that out if you don't have it already.
Right. And then this is another good player side scheme.
So this is super power training. So this one is cost 1 to put into play. It comes in with 3 threat per player. But when it's defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an identity-specific upgrade and put it in play. Again, all of his guns and his armor and everything are all upgrades. So there's quite a few targets for this.
Yeah, especially early on.
Yes.
All right, so nothing is going to annoy War Machine more than paying for like one of his 3-cost upgrades and then getting a caught off guard. So here's a good card to stop that. Front Organization, 0-cost support, play under any player's control, max 1 per player. When an encounter card effect would discard a card you control, you can discard Front Organization instead of discarding that card. Now you could use this for build support if all your other supports are out, I guess.
Yes.
But
you know what? It would actually be worthwhile if you got your others out.
But the rest of the cards that are in my hand are all supports here. So
yes.
So first of all,
first one we've got here is Gemma Simmons. So she's a 3-cost shield persona support. You reduce the cost to play her by 2 if your identity has the shield trait. And it says identity, not hero. So if while you're in alter ego, you can play her for 1. Or if you're in hero form when you happen to play her, you can use your government liaison to get a 1-cost reduction. So you can either play her for 1 or 2, but you can exhaust her to generate a mental resource for a tech card.
Yeah, so she helps to get the tech cards out.
Yep.
Unfortunately, none of them require you to spend resources, so she's only useful to more towards the beginning of the game. But then we got Leo Fitz, 3 cost support, reduce the cost to play Leo Fitz by 2 if you have a shield. So again, like Dirk said with Simmons. Alter ego action, you can exhaust Fitz, search your deck for a tech card, and add it to your hand. So this is combination, like again in the beginning, or if you really want to do a big hit, like when we were talking about repurpose, this could be a way to get your, repurpose one of your techs and
Yeah,
get Iron Man out, or if you're about ready to shuffle, you could get a use out of one of those techs.
yeah,
But this is really more useful in the beginning of the game.
yep. Then we've got the Quinn Carrier. It's a 3 cost Avenger support vehicle. You can only play this if you have the Avenger trait, so you have to be a hero form to play this. But you can exhaust the Quinn Carrier to generate a wild resource.
And team building would give you a discount.
Yes.
And government liaison would give you a discount on this one. Sky Destroyer, 3 cost support, shield vehicle. After you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer, deal 2 damage to an enemy. All right, so yeah, this is some interesting, some new cards that came out. So Fitzsimmons, that came in with Nick was really nice for gives War Machine a nice boost.
Yeah, the front office organizations are
The
really
front
good.
organization so that's really good.
Mm.
And some of these cards that we got, I can kind of already thinking like when Winter Soldier comes out, some of these cards in this video could be useful for that too, because and
He's coming. He's just around the corner.
Yeah, Falcon, because Falcon is shield on the alter ego and Avenger on the. So actually, probably more Falcon than Winter Soldier. But Winter Soldier would be playing with more of the ammo stuff, I think.
Yeah,
or the gun, the weapons stuff.
Weapons and I think there's a tech too.
Tech, yeah. And we saw some of the previews. There's some more tech cards coming too. So
Yep.
in aggression. So all right. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you will get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right. Bye.